Hey guys, well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and of course, I hope you all have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, especially during these times right now. Um, but we all know that with Thanksgiving, for a lot of us, the biggest tradition is to wake up in the morning and watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on NBC. And for some of us, we watch it pre taped, some of us, we watch it live, depending on our time zones. Now, of course, as we all know, because of what's going on with the pandemic and all that, you know, things have changed. Basically, Macy's is deciding, along with the city of New York, the mayor, and all that, that basically it's going to be altered this year for safety reasons and all that. Like instead of a 2.5 mile route, you're going to get a 1 block route. And I guess that's fine and everything. I mean, I also know that one of the biggest, starting points of the parade is the Broadway musicals, the samples that we get of these shows that you can go and watch live on Broadway or when they're on tour. I know that one of the biggest changes is they had to tape these previously, like the night or the couple of days before, and obviously they're gonna have to basically forward over to them. Basically, they're gonna have to say, here's a pre-tape of the sample of Hamilton or Mean Girls, stuff like that. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird, but let's be honest, it's not the first time that a lot of things, not just this year, but a lot of events have had to alter the status of how they do things because of not just pandemics, but of a lot of other situations. Um, But I will say this though, and I think a lot of people will agree. Tomorrow's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is probably going to be one of the most watched ones in a long time because not only because you're going to have additional family members at home watching it on their televisions, more so than ever because a majority of those people, which is in the millions, are going to not be lining the streets for 2.5 miles to watch it, live and in person, but they're going to be, again, like I said, watching it from the comfort of their homes. But honestly, this is just my opinion. I think people are going to try to sneak out and try to catch it live in person, but try to do it very subtly. Or they're going to open the windows, depending on where they are, just to see it. Who knows? Um, but but the thing is, like I said, it's going to probably be one of the most watched ones of all time. Not just with the additional viewers, but mostly with the fact that a lot of people want to see exactly how, Macy's in New York and mostly NBC are going to pull this off. Again, like I said, we've had situations throughout this year where things have had to be altered, and they've been done semi successfully, but this is going to be entirely different. So, it's going to be an interesting watch. I will say that. Now, will this continue into next year? No, thankfully, no. Thankfully, that's not going to happen. With the vaccine coming and everything, that will not occur. But it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be an interesting watch for a lot of people. Um, Mostly, like I said, just to see how they're going to pull things off and everything. How they're going to pull. It's like because they're going to have to when it comes to the Broadway musicals, they're going to have to basically um, send it to whatever Broadway musical is next on the schedule. Now, usually when it's done traditionally live, one musical goes first, and then they do a bit of a parade, then another musical goes next. So it's going to be interesting which ones they feed to first and how they do that. And I think that's why a lot of people are going to be watching the parade more so than ever tomorrow. Mostly because of the fact that they want to see, like I said, how it's pulled off, how they're going to make this happen. Kind of give us that same mystique holiday magic that we're used to seeing with the parade every year. But, to tie in to kind of coordinate with what's going on right now. So, you know, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting to see and to view, and it's probably gonna be on both NBC and CBS, because CBS is going to be rebroadcasting it later on in the afternoon, because I think they got Washington and Detroit to start us out with. I think that's the first game they're doing, the first NFL game of the day. So it's going to be very intriguing to see, the viewership numbers on both ends of the spectrum. Like with NBC, when it's initially broadcast, depending on where you are, and when it's broadcast later on CBS, exactly how people are going to view it and everything as well. And it might even get replayed on NBC due to the fact that the Steelers and the Ravens have been canceled tomorrow night because of what's going on, because of someone I think on the Steelers staff contracting the virus. So they're basically moving that till Sunday, so it makes you wonder if maybe they'll put in Wonderful Live, or they might put a replay of the parade in the evening. Who knows? Um, but yeah, honestly, I think, in my opinion, this is gonna be one of the more viewed parades, Macy Thanksgiving Day's parade, in a long time, and it's mostly due to the fact that people are going to want to see exactly how they pull this off, how they're going to present it in a way that seems familiar but is obviously altered because of what's going on for this because of what's going on this year. So yeah, like in my opinion, it's going to be probably the most watched in a long time ever. And it's not just NBC either. Like I said, I think even the CBS broadcast of it in the afternoon, after the broadcast of one of the traditional Thanksgiving Day NFL games is over. I think theirs is going to get a lot of views as well if people don't catch it. Don't catch it during its initial broadcast, in my opinion. So, it's going to be. I'll tell you this: it's going to be a fun watch either way. If you watch both of them, which I'm sure a lot of people will, or if you just watch one over the other, again, I think it's going to be one of the more viewed parades Thanksgiving Day wise that we've ever had in a long time, and it's mostly because people are going to want to see how both handle the broadcasting of the event, especially with the way it's being altered because of safety reasons and the pandemic and everything going on right now. Now, like I said, is it going to happen? Is it going to continue into next year like this? No, thank God, because as I mentioned, as we know by now, the vaccine is on its way. So hopefully by next year, and if not most definitely by next year, things will be back to normal. But again, I believe both ways, initially NBC wise and later on CBS wise, it's going to be one of the more viewed Thanksgiving Day parades that we have ever had in quite some time. And that's just my opinion. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. And tell me if you're going to be watching. And I am out. Peace.